location here at the Exact Science, man, in Melrose, Hollywood, California, man. Here with gorgeous Dre, man.
What's going on with you? A lot of people know me from the movie American Pimp with the Hughes brothers. But I'm here to give you all the answers you might need concerning this ism.
Right now, what I want to ask, man, is what do you do, man? So people understand.
What do I do right now is I'm a life coach. I have my own business. I consult. I speak at universities. I lecture. Do some music and film. So I'm a multi-dimensional kind of individual trying to make sure I go get it.
What's your claim to fame?
The ism, pimping.
Feminism, all right? See, you got that ism thing going on, man.
Is that what I got?
That intellectualism.
Watch it.
You know what I'm saying? Tell the people exactly, man, how you came from, you know, the lifestyle that you came from and reached the epitome or pinnacle in which you're at now.
Well, let me say this, because let me give you a little backstory, because some people wonder how American Pimp came about. The Hughes brothers had about 2 people that they had already interviewed. You know, their dad was in the game at one time before, so they were interested about the pimp game. So they came up with this concept that they wanted to do this documentary, right? So as they got into it, and they had Bishop, and I believe that they had taped Rosebud and Shantae, and they had a guy in there who was a technical advisor at first. His name was Larry, and my dad was in the game before me, Mel Taylor, a phenomenal individual in the game who also became an author with his first book, The Midman. So Rosebud got in contact with their father, and so here I came into the picture. When they came from LA, I lived in the Bay Area, and they came to the house, and when they seen what I had accomplished in the game, they decided that they wanted to hire me because they wanted to go a little deeper than they had gone.
So let me ask you this, man. You know, people glorify and glamorize the lifestyle. Could you give some of these youngsters, man, some of the lows of that lifestyle?
Well, what people glorify is really not the lifestyle. They glorify the segments of the lifestyle. In other words, they glorify what's projected from media of what the lifestyle is. Okay. I used to say this: as long as the media felt like a pimp was a guy with a big hat or a particular kind of outfit, or he might not have been intimidating, that it would keep the cheat up off of me, because you'd never know that I was a pimp, because I didn't look like they thought a pimp would look, I didn't talk like they thought a pimp would talk, and so as long as they keep on projecting that image, it left an individual like me unscathed. It's like, for instance, like a person who have been walking a while. Say you 2 and 3 and you stumble when you're walking, but when you become 25 and 30, you don't concentrate on your feet. Your feet is there. That's just like the game. People say, well, Dre, the bride gotta go get my money. Well, they're 2 or 3. If you're 25, you know that the money comes with the territory. The problem is not the money. The problem is executing a plan to position yourself in a place so you can play for the big money. So it's never been about the money, you see? And so the media portrays this image of this character who is a violent individual. Never have I been violent. They can look it up when I went to trial, you understand? Who is not finesseful and who's not articulate or intelligent. What made me deadly and dangerous and to achieve the levels that I achieved in life is that I had to go read. I had to go study something. I had to understand about culture and other people's culture if I wanted to bring myself or my individuals into an environment that I was able to play for somebody that had some hundreds of millions of dollars. You see? So some of the lows are individuals today are getting in the game based upon what they heard of a rap video or a rap song. So they get into the game and they think that the game is to subjugate a bride and you can call her a bitch and just make you a pimp, an American pimp. I said, that don't make you no pimp because you can be violent to no bride. You get to using your hands and you get to use your feet. You start thinking. The moment you start using this is a no contact sport. The moment you start using any of this, you cease to be in this ism. It's an over and done thing. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are out there now, the laws done changed. What I do, I'm out here speaking to youngsters. I don't just speak to youngsters, I speak to business owners and everything because the game has taught me some fundamentals that apply across the board, right? So these youngsters are getting involved in the game, right? And because for the last 15 years or so, they pushed this image of this violent monster. So what do white folks do? They said, these are the kind of people out here in this lifestyle. We need to create some laws to protect these women. So now they got laws that's called human trafficking. Right? So now you come into the game because you done saw or heard of rap music and you get a little girl and you catch you a little case. Now you got 25 years of life underneath a new law called human trafficking. So that's the danger. Right? So see, anything that is worth something has a price to it. You want to go to the best school, you're going to have to pay the price for it. If you want this game, the game comes with a big price. And if you're not paying no price, you don't got no game. Just because you got you a little female and you think she's giving you a little money, does that little money equate to life in prison? So you got to give people all the picture. The whole picture. Right? Because remember, I done been to Fed prison behind this game. I done been a multi-millionaire. When I got out, I didn't have none of that because the Feds took all of that when I went to trial. So what was the hardest thing for Dre? When Dre got out of prison, I got to say, man, look, I don't got nothing. I don't have a buffalo red penny in my pocket. Right? Now, my test is, I see brothers out there that's rolling in Rolls Royces and Benzes, and I'm 10 times sharper than you. Right? So the voice in my head is, man, go get you some money, Dre, man. But I'm already saying I'm not about to do that no more. I've accomplished that. I've done everything I could do in the game. I've got the plantings of something else.
I gotta ask you one thing, man, because shout out to Ice-T, man. He said one thing that's always reverberated back and forth in my skull. And he said that there's two types of people on this planet. He said there's pimps and there's hoes, and I'm not a Mac. I'm not a pimp. Mm-hmm. My name is Mac, but I'm not a pimp.
Right.
And what I got out of that is that you can be used or you can use.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, well,
much respect to Ice-T.
I'm just saying what he said.
You know I love you.
Just saying what he said.
But that's not true. Okay. Because everything has, see, it's perception, right? People have a perception that I have to use somebody, right, in order for me to come up. I didn't use nobody. I presented them with an option. This is what I'm about. When I used to meet a girl, I didn't just come out and say I was a pimp, but I did tell her, listen, I'm doing some shady stuff. You might not want to deal with a person like me. Now, if the broad decide that, oh, you crazy, what do you mean, but interested, that's on her if she continue to go forward with me. Now, at the end of the day, when I tell her it's some ism, I'm giving her the opportunity to decide whether she want to be with me or not.